Hello. So, are you struggling with how you handle the emails in Dubsado? Are things going out? You're not sure why. Email signature questions and figuring out how to even update emails in a workflow. So, this video is going to be all about canned emails in Dubsado. Let's hop right in. All right. So, there are some features that are in Dubsado that are super helpful, but I always like to kind of walk through the details because there's some quirky things about them. I will, of course, share my screen and we'll just kind of walk through each of these things that I think are important to know and get the most out of using emails in Dubsado. So let's get started. And of course, as usual, I am logged into my little handy test account here in Dubsado. And we're going to start out by just heading over to the canned email section in Dubsado. And so we'll head over here to templates and go to canned emails. And here we see a list of emails, but there's a few things across the top here that I do want to mention. A lot of people don't realize these things, and so that's why I think it's beneficial to mention this. Here in edit templates, there are a few emails that live here that are based off of some things that happen automatically and just general forms and appointments within Dubsado. So anytime you go to send an invoice, or if you have an invoice that is on autopay, this email here is going to be sent out. Of course, like if you go to send the invoice manually, you can edit the email before it goes, but it would be nice to have a nice foundation already set up before. So I suggest editing that email for that. Send contracts, the same thing. Anytime you go to send a contract manually, this email will pop up. And I do want to note, like if these are in workflows being sent and you've got the email in a workflow, this email does not apply. This third email on the list, contract completed, is the most important email I feel like on this list because every single contract that gets signed gets this email. No matter what, this is the only email that will be sent, and it is not a feature that you can turn off. It is sent with every single contract. So I'm going to reiterate, make sure that you update this email. So as simple as clicking it and you go in and customize the subject, customize the body, and keep in mind it's for any contract. So if you have a variety of services, you don't want to mention that specific service in this email. You just want to keep it kind of general and brief and just let them know, here's a copy of your contract. Because it's something that will go out whether you want it to or not. And I think just keeping it general is the best bet. All right, so let's head back over to edit templates. Again, these few here are if you're just sending things manually, these are what's going to pop up. But you can edit those and get a good foundation before you're sending them out. Appointment confirmed. This email goes out automatically if you have not selected a different email on a scheduler. And so I'll head over to scheduler real quick in a separate window to kind of give you a brief view of what I'm talking about here. So every appointment that gets scheduled within Dubsado has to get an appointment confirmation email. And so they do give you a chance to actually customize this per scheduler. But if you don't select something here, so if I delete this and there's nothing selected here, that email over here, this general email under appointment confirmed, is going to go out automatically. And so again, this email should be pretty general and basic for any appointment. I don't typically recommend using this one. I like to customize appointment confirmations for all of my schedulers, and you do that here in the regular canned email section. But I do want to mention it since it's here. All right, the next two go out automatically. They are not based on the appointment scheduler specifically that you're being rescheduled or canceled. This is generic for every single appointment scheduler. So again, this is one that you want to keep general, nothing specific, just, hey, your appointment's been rescheduled and date and time. It's already built out for you. I like to kind of customize a few things in here and take things out and just rearrange the email. But of course, like you want to keep the date and time and details like that at least in this email. And then, like I said, keep it pretty general because it's going to be for any appointment that is rescheduled, and then the same any appointment that is canceled. So those are those two for appointments. Let's head back over to canned emails and templates again. For reminder, that is a general form reminder. So anytime a form is expiring, this is a reminder telling, that client of yours that their form is going to expire and they need to get it completed before it expires. Form reminders, I don't really love using them within the form themselves, which I've made another video in the past. I really don't use this form reminder email, but it is something to just kind of like mention. Send a refund if you need to, or if you're refunding something for a client, it is going to send them this. So it kind of gives you some notes here at the top about what happens here. And so, again, if you're clicking send refund, this is what's going to be used whenever you're sending them their refund. All right, let's head back over to the templates. And then we've got a few things that are automated as well. So payment plan reminder, this is kind of like the appointment confirmed. If we have a payment plan reminder email set up, this will be like a general one that gets applied. But you can create custom payment plan reminders, which I do in my business and for my clients. I customize it for each reminder that is in the payment plan. And payment plans, I'll just kind of give a brief, I'm going to open my other window. Payment plans are down here at the bottom of templates. And these are these reminders here that are going out either before a due date or after a due date has passed to remind your client. So if you don't set a reminder here, in this area, if you don't select a specific one, just the general reminder is going to go out. Okay, back over here. And now these three here at the bottom, these are all about autopay. And autopay is a kind of a new-ish feature for payment plans in Dubsado. I really love the feature because we can, set up a payment plan for a client, and they can turn it on to auto pay and not have to worry about going in and making their payment every month or every other month or whatever your schedule is. So these three emails are based on if they have an auto pay that fails, if they cancel it or you've canceled it, and then when they get enrolled in auto pay, this is their confirmation. So these three emails need to be generic and customized because if anyone gets into auto pay, these are what they're going to be seeing. So those are emails that are templates that I think get forgotten and overlooked so often. The next piece is signature. So here is your email signature. This is a general signature that's going to go at the bottom of all of your emails. And so most people know what an email signature is. They just might not know like where to edit that here in Dubsado. This is where you'll edit it. And then I do kind of want to mention, I've noticed some people like include thank you or something in their name at the top of this. I don't really recommend that because typically you're signing off on the email, the canned email itself, and then the signature goes at the bottom. So I think just keeping like your general like name, your business, your maybe a logo and a picture, general things that go in an email signature like that. And then any sign off should be included in the actual email, the canned email body itself. So yeah, it can be customized, font and everything, and like colors and formatting, links can be included, all that great stuff here. And so once you get done customizing it, you just click save. And if you're using that smart field at the bottom of emails, which I'll hop into this first one here and show you at the bottom, if you're using the smart field, it will automatically add that nice, pretty email signature at the bottom of all your emails. So that's definitely something you want to do. All right. So that's email signatures. Now I want to do, like kind of mention a little bit about canned emails. A lot of people are thinking, oh, canned emails are only for emails that I'm sending in a workflow. And I've just noticed that with several clients over the past few months. So I do want to mention any email that you are sending regularly, whether it's just to send a manual invoice or and you're wanting to put some details for that specific service, you can save that email here and select it from your window whenever you're sending something. So I'll go through that in just a second, but I just want to reiterate, like, these are all your email templates, whether they're automated or they're manual. Put your emails in here, because then you're not having to take the time to recreate those emails each time you're needing to send it. So I'll show you how to access that, because that's one feature a lot of clients don't realize is there for them. So I'm going to head over to projects and just go to one of my little test people here. And once I'm in their project, I'm already on emails, and so I'm going to click send email. And so from here, you can see it automatically puts my email signature in. But what I want to do is go over here to this little bookmark, click it, and this bookmark actually shows me all of my canned emails. And so I think this is where I want to mention having really good titles for your canned emails is, oh my goodness, so beneficial and really a necessity. Because as you can see, I can't really tell what is in this email by just looking at this list. And so for me to really get the most out of my canned emails, to be able to send things manually, I need to have an appropriate title where I can clearly identify what that email is for. So typically I like to put, I'm going to open another tab here and head back to canned emails so we can kind of have two screens. So typically I like to put maybe what service it is and then what I am doing. And so this, like right here, discovery call, and these are the type of reminders it is. This is onboarding, and it's sending a contract. So these are the titles here that I'm going to be able to see from the bookmark tab. And so I want to just kind of like walk through that. And so like I said, a lot of times I like to put the service. If I have multiple services, that would be like the first thing. So all services are connected together. All right. So that is how we can use the bookmark feature to be able to find our canned emails. And so my last thing that I want to talk about that I feel like is super important for emails is we have our list of canned emails. And I've had many clients say, I've gone in, I've updated all of my emails here in the canned email section, but my workflows are still sending the wrong email. And so what I want to talk about is why. So we need to go in and we need to edit our canned emails. We've done that here, right? And that's what 90% of people, they get that piece right. There is a second step that needs to happen whenever we are working with emails that are in a workflow. And so it's pretty simple. Once we've edited the email from here in canned emails, we're going to head over to workflows. We're going to find the workflow that sends that email. And so let's just pretend like it's the new client onboarding, and we're going to click this little setting, the gear icon, to be able to get into the actual workflow. And so I always say, like, be super careful when you're in a workflow. We don't want to accidentally delete anything. So just take your time, and as you go through it, you should be able, to maneuver yourself through and get to the right place and not stress about it. Just take your time though. What you're going to do is head over to the email that you want to edit. And so let's just say it's the contract email that I edited, and now I want to update it within a workflow. So I'm going to go here and I am going to select edit. And then I am going to just go to this little drop down menu and find that email on my list again. And so basically we'll just go through, we'll find the email that says send contract. We'll click it, and now it's actually copying that new email into the workflow. And so that's why you're not seeing you're still seeing the old email being sent, because it's copied into the workflow as in the form it was when the workflow was created. So each time you update that email, you need to copy that new email back into the workflow. And so once you've done that, you just click apply, and that's it. So I didn't change anything but the wording in the email, and everything else is good to go. So there's no save button or anything. That's why I say kind of take your time as you go through it, because there's no undo or cancel or any of that. So what's done is done. So no save button, we are done. And that's that last step for emails. And I do just want to take a moment to mention making sure that we have our email set up so that it's sending from our email account, and then we've kind of got these green checks here to make sure that our email deliverability is optimized. So anyway, I hope this is helpful and that you are getting the most out of all of the things that emails can do in Dubsado. And of course, I will see you next time.